Well, hello Reaper Miniature fans, it's been a long time. Now, I've had to have a big change in my life. Many of you probably already know I've had to close my business. It's been 10 years in business. But unfortunately, my parents are not well. So I am now a full-time carer for my parents. So I've had to kind of close the self-employment as a full-time miniature painter to take care of my parents, and that's a 35-hour week. But on the good side is I'm still able to do all the videos, and I'm still going to be painting miniatures, so I'll still be in the hobby scene. I'll still be doing Reaper content and all my different videos on Warhammer and Mantic games and the rest of it. But my parents are more important at the moment, so I don't know what will happen in the future. We have to take it day by day, and of course, as you get older, these things happen. So I'm in a position where I'm really lucky that I can actually take care of my parents, but they have to come first before my job. So I've had to stop my business, being self-employed. So it's been a great 10 years, but it doesn't mean I'm stopping. It just means I am doing it more as a hobby now, instead of a full-time job. So if you've got any questions about anything, just email me or find me on Ko-fi, or under the videos. But I wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and I've got a really good surprise came early, and that was Reaper Miniatures Bones 6 Kickstarter finally arrived at my door, and it arrived just before Christmas, so I'm able to do you a quick Christmas special showing you the miniatures that I ordered. Now, the Bone 6 Kickstarter was not my favourite Kickstarter from the Bones Kickstarters, that is for sure, but I did order some nice miniatures. I didn't go for the core set, and the reason being is I got so many miniatures. I decided to calm down on the buy-in. So what I did, I actually just bought the miniatures that really appealed to me. And to be honest, the Bone 6 Kickstarter, there wasn't that many miniatures that really jumped out to me and said, buy me, buy me, buy me. But I did get most of the larger miniatures. So what we'll do is we'll go through those together and I'll show you what I like. Okay then, so we got the Cloud Giant, absolutely beautiful giant. Let me see, there's Mr. Sir Scale. We'll put Sir Scale onto the old Wheel of Pain so we can see the size comparison. Beautiful miniature, this one. Now I'm just going to fly through all these miniatures because I've got quite a few to show you, so it could end up quite a long video, especially when I start talking, because I haven't talked to you guys for a long time, so it's always nice to have a little bit of gossip going on and tell you about what's going on in the world, So that's an absolutely beautiful miniature. I got, like I said, I didn't buy the core set, but I bought the extra mud men. I don't know, there's something about these little mud men. They really appealed to me. So I got a little collection of mud men. I thought they'd be cool for some swamp encounters. So they're lovely little minis. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, moving on. Okay, one of the miniatures that I really loved were the chibis. I think they're called chibis. I think I'm saying it correctly. And they did the Pathfinder chibis with the enormous heads. And I love Pathfinder. And personally, Pathfinder was, in my mind, a better system than Dungeons and Dragons to play. But of course, D&D kind of won the battle of the masses on what you play, and of course D&D's become ultra popular now with all the different TV shows and films and everything. And of course Pathfinder has really been pushed into the dark. There's still a huge fan base, but compared to the Dungeons and Dragons, sadly we don't see it. But the Pathfinder goblins are definitely my favourite goblins. Look at them. They're cheeky. They're cheeky little goblins. Cheeky little goblins. Yes, beautiful. Yes, very, very nicely sculpted as well. Now, I can't tell you all the sculptors' names. I do know Bobby Jackson has probably sculpted probably 75% of the whole Kickstarter. Okay, let's move on to the main item, and that is the 30th anniversary dragon. Now, the 30th anniversary dragon is an absolute monster. It's oh, look at that. I need to move the camera back a meter, and if I put full scale next to it, as you can see, he's dwarfed. Now, the 30th anniversary dragon comes with a two. You can have him sitting on the dragon, or you got the standing next to the dragon, and it's absolutely beautiful. Got some ravens on there and everything. It's a very, very nice sculpt, and the actual dragon itself is beautiful. Beautiful. I'll give you a little 360. Let me see if I can get some better focus for you guys first. No. Got such a big mini. There we are. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is the 30th anniversary dragon. I've already put this together, and I've added the different. I've had to put some Veleco putty to fill in some of the little gaps. This was a bit of a struggle to put onto the base. So when I do the painting, I ordered 3 of these. So I got 3 30th anniversary dragons. So when I do the painting video on this dragon, I'll show you how to put it together, because there's a knack to getting this onto the base. So a lot of the Reaper Miniatures minis are quite difficult to get onto the bases, and sometimes you need to heat the plastic and do the heat and then cold water method. But most of the time, most of the bases will fit nicely. But this one was a bit tricky, but I'll show you that when we get around to the painting videos next year. But one thing I will mention about this dragon, it's an absolutely beautiful dragon, but there's one thing I really don't like on this dragon, and that's these here. I mean, on the wings on most dragons or most birds, you get the little claw on the one part of the joint there. You always get that one little finger, as we call it. But what's happened here, they've added like 2 more, and they just seem so pointless. Because these 2 claws here, they're not going to do anything to the dragon. Won't be able to use them, and they're just pointless add-ons on the wings, and they annoy me because there's no functionality to those parts of the dragon. It's like an added extra. They've just kind of thought, oh, I'll chuck a few more of these on to make it look even more menacing, but it actually looks stupid. So I might actually cut those off. But other than that, the dragon is absolutely gorgeous. But those little bits there, they're a bit naff. Okay, moving on. Right, moving on, we have the little box sets. Now the box sets are absolutely fantastic. Now what these are the Black Mane Gnolls, and they're absolutely beautifully sculpted. Now it comes on the back. It includes 6 highly detailed plastic miniatures. Contents may vary. Now these ones are absolutely gorgeous. Ah, they are Julie Guthrie sculpted these ones, but they're absolutely beautiful. Nice little set as well. Now what it is, I tried to get everything that was Dungeon Dwellers, because I also backed the Dungeon Dwellers Kickstarter, and I'm really looking forward to getting that Kickstarter, because you get the actual physical books to play the game, and I think playing the game with actual Reaper miniatures will be absolutely fantastic. Now this is the Blood Club Bugbears, so another set, absolutely beautiful. Now I was super lucky that Ron Hawkins sent me some metal versions from the set, and that was absolutely fantastic. I was super lucky to be sent some of the original metal sculpts of this set. And of course this is Bobby Jackson, of course. And Bobby Jackson is now my favourite sculptor. He's moved up to my favourite sculptor of all time. And this set. I bought a couple of these sets. This is the Encounter in the Rot Stump Bog, and of course how can you resist little goblins? So you got a troll there, and so it's going to make a fantastic little diorama. And again, you got all the little goblins, super fine detail, beautiful. Okay, moving on to one of my favourites. Now I bought this on a whim because I wasn't too sure about it when I saw it on the Bone 6 Kickstarter, and it's the owlbear nest, and it comes with the little eggs and nest and large owlbear. But as soon as I opened it up, I mean, oh my god, how can you not? A baby owlbear. It's baby owlbears. How can you not love this? Oh my god, little baby owlbears. It's absolutely beautiful. This was the surprise of the Kickstarter for me. This just blew my mind when I opened it up. It's absolutely beautiful set, and it's going to make a really, really nice diorama. And you got your owlbears there, but of course, oh, look at it. Hello. And of course, you got a wooden one there as well. So it's gonna make a fantastic diorama. But absolutely, I was really chuffed to bits. This one really, as you can tell, got me excited. I really did love it. That's just beautiful. Oh, baby owlbears, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, you can go there. Okay, so moving on, what else have we got there? Oh, we got another dragon. This is an absolutely beast of a dragon as well. This dragon is my favourite from the Kickstarter. It's they didn't do as many dragons as the last Kickstarters, but this one was definitely worth it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very, very, very nice sculpt. Look at that. That's a beautiful beast of a dragon. I think the sculptor, I'm not sure who the sculptor was of this one, but I think he's got a thing for Godzilla, because it kind of reminds me of a Godzilla with wings. It's an absolutely beautiful sculpt. The dragon's head is perfect. Love the horns, and the base is nice as well. Nice textured base with the ruins. This will be a joy to paint. I'm looking forward to painting this one. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful miniature. Okay, the other dragon is this one. Now this was released after the Bones 6 Kickstarter, and I think you could get this one painted or unpainted. I was quite shocked at how tiny it was. Excuse me. I got a couple to paint for myself, but it's a very, very small dragon, as you can see. And sadly, the lady on this miniature there, the detail on her is not good at all. So the dragon itself is a beautiful dragon, nice sculpt for the dragon, and rock's beautiful. But unfortunately, the lady isn't that good a sculpt. I don't. She's gonna be a tough one to paint. The face there doesn't look like there's much detail, but that could be my old man eyes now. But other than that, it's a nice little miniature, but it's much smaller than I thought that would be. It's like a little mini one. But I think they were selling this as a painted option as well. But I of course went for the unpainted version. What else have we got there? Okay, I'll just set up the last section. Okay, so we're moving on to the last part of the video. Now, as you all know, the Bones Kickstarters, they get expansion boxes, and they weren't short on any expansion boxes on the Bones 6 Kickstarter, but none of them appealed to me apart from one, and this is the Shadows of Sullen Hall. Now, I didn't buy any of the other ones. They had the tavern, which I thought was awful. There didn't seem to be enough items in the boxes, and this one appealed to me, so it's the only one I bought, and I'm so glad I did, because it's a really nice set. So I'm going to show you some of the miniatures from this one set that came with the box. Okay, so you get a little crypt. The crypt is beautiful. So you get one little crypt in there. Can't. There's always enough room for a couple of crypts, you know. It's very nice. That'd be a nice little paint. Very simple. Okay, moving on. This is one of the reasons why it sold me. I absolutely love my old skeleton giants. So this is the new skeleton giant. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful sculpt. I think I did really well with the Kickstarter. I didn't overspend. I think it was $300 or $400. It still came to a lot of money, because I buy 3 or 4 of everything, because you know, I paint them and give them to my friends and sell them as well. But what I did, I only bought the miniatures that appealed to me this time. On many Kickstarters, I was buying everything. I bought everything, and of course a lot of it was tacked. It wasn't good stuff. Most of it was, but there's a lot of miniatures that I bought from the Kickstarter that were really bin worthy, because it's not, you'll never paint them. This is very nice. Yes, it's all good and well having a Kickstarter and a core set and saying, oh, there's 130, there's 140 miniatures in here for $99 or $150. It's costing you £1 a miniature, which is fantastic. But when you've got all those miniatures and you roughly see that there's maybe 10 miniatures in that core set that really appeal to you, it's really not worth buying, because the rest of the miniatures are just not going to be used. And this is my mentality now, is I got to look after my money and my funds. So I've tried to cut back a bit, but I'm still spending a small fortune on miniatures. But I'm really enjoying the hobby a lot more. So, you know, this is an absolutely beautiful miniature. Beautiful, I love that one. Now, what I'll be doing after Christmas is I'll try my best, because like you say, I'm caring for my parents now, but I'll try to do 1 miniature a week on the Reaper. I'll try to get all the Bone 6 miniatures painted, because I haven't got that many to paint. It'll still take about half a year of a weekly video, or maybe longer. So we got lots of content to keep up with the Reaper miniatures. So I think that'd be a good way to start next year. But all these miniatures came with that box set. Absolutely beautiful. And of course you've got a whole host of dungeon stuff. All fantastic for your dungeon dwellers. You also got the skull piles. These can go in my dungeons, because as you know, I got dungeons. So we can use the skull piles. They'll paint up nice, and they can be scattered terrain through my dungeons. Yeah, very nice little sculpts there. Lots of skulls. And of course, you have a whole host of minis. Look at all these, all undead minis. Absolutely my favourite, all skulls and skeletons. So these will be dotted throughout my dungeons. Absolutely fantastic. So that's roughly all the items I've got. Now there's one thing I want to show you, and I think it was the biggest disappointment. Now I've showed you all the lovely things, but I'm going to show you one thing that I've got, and I ordered 3 of them, and honestly it's I'm not happy with it at all. So I'm loving I love what I got, but there's a few things that are bad. And the thing I don't like is this. And this is the tower, the lighthouse tower. It's awful. It's just tacky, and it looks cheap and bad. Now what's happened with this is how it comes. Okay, so you get a walrus. The walrus is a nice sculpt, so that's good. I like the walrus. But this is what you get with the set. So you get this rock, and then you get this bit of wood that goes on top of the rock, and then you get this tiny little lighthouse thing, and then you get lots of little pieces here that you'll stick in. I'll stick them on later because it'll be difficult to paint, and they go around the building. So you initially bought this item, and then they sold you an add-on, so you can actually add a ring of wood, which doesn't fit very well. It just goes over the top, and it's rubbish. It's not nice at all. It looks awful. What I'll do is I'll try my best once I've painted it. Maybe once I've painted it, I'm hoping it'll look a lot nicer. But it really is really quite disappointing. You get two little soldiers for the upgrade, so it becomes a watchtower. But it just looks tacky. There's no love gone into this one. I mean, I don't like saying bad things about sculptors or anything, but this tower just seems to be thrown together, and it's really not nice at all. But hopefully, once I do some painting, I'll be able to fix it up and make it look really nice. But at the moment, it's not looking good in my eyes. It's like it's been chucked together. It's like a second thought miniature. You know, like Bobby Jackson. You know, when you pick up a Bobby Jackson miniature, it's like, yeah, a Julie Gulfie miniature, fantastic. I don't know what's happened here. The walrus is wonderful, but it just looks tack. Anyway, saying that, the rest of the Kickstarter, apart from the dragons, a few little bits and bobs that are, a bit iffy, it's a very, very good Kickstarter, and it was a good buy of what I had. I was very, very impressed with all the miniatures. They look fantastic. So I will be starting after Christmas to do my my Reaper shows. I wish you all a super, super Merry Christmas. Loads of love to every single one of you, and have a happy, happy New Year.